in the laundromat and I was thinking about my child. I was like, these people that had my child, because I see gang members walking up the road, it's gang members picking me up, it's gang members walking down the road trying to intimidate me, she-males, like females, and act like men. And I'm like, okay. And then when I pulled into the driveway with the guy that gave me a ride, I was thinking, I was like, this girl, like, you know, these people, they really, first of all, the Lord said they worship white people, and they do. And then with Austin being shot, and everybody like, oh, we're gonna do this to her and her child because he got shot. And I thought about the bullet that was in his leg. And I thought about how painful that must have been. That had to be very painful. And I know that it was. And I know it was painful for the people that had to see that, that helped him, and that had to work on him. But God said something about it too. And the reason why I'm making this video is because these people done had my child. Because a bullet was in his leg. And they took me into jail. And when I was pulling up in this laundromat, I said, these people done had my child. They got gang members all around me, all over the country. And these people, this country, done had my child. And what they said that they would do to my child was horrible. And I told the truth. And as a mother, for them to still be following me around, even while I'm on social media, and you trying to tear me down, and you refusing to give me my son, and that's Cynthia O'Vera. Remember, I told y'all she had a legion of demons. Sorry, get my clothes out. She had a legion of demons inside of her, and it was all the demons of the people close to me that should not be trying to allow no gang shit to happen to me and my baby and me, because a bullet went in his leg. And see, now I understand why God said something about it, because they threatened my child. These people said that, oh, we're gonna rape your child. I have not seen my son. I would not have wanted my son with these vicious people after I shot a gun in that family leg or somebody they say they care about that much, and you done took advantage of my child. And then people is following me around trying to murder me about it. And then there's people in the court that know they should not have given her my son, period. And they knew what they said that they was going to do. They knew what she said she was going to do. They knew that they threatened to take my life if I told. And I'm not playing. I want my child. I don't want to hear nothing about it, because they threatened to rape him. So I don't, and God said something about the CPS. God said the CPS people was not there. So, okay, if you're going to take my child and give my child to somebody that said they didn't take my child, but can't nobody say that she don't have to give them back. So she went through Tracy after she done said she was going to molest my baby, doing witchcraft and sorcery with people in my life that know about it. My sister, Shakina, my cousin, Kiana Wiley, my grandmother, Irma Marshall, my sister, Larissa Jones, my baby daddy, Austin Metter. Everybody knows that this woman is saying she's in the gang and she gonna molest Andrea baby and rape Andrea baby as retaliation, and we all gonna do it. But the main thing is that she said she was gonna do it. And they all know that. Talking about she's in a gang, so she gonna get away with it. And she done went through some man in the court to say she can have my son after she said she was gonna do this, and she can keep him. And I see my dad, Andrew Jones, on Facebook with pictures of my son on his Facebook page, while people trying to set me up to be murdered for her. You're still having contact with her and getting pictures of my son after God already showed me you was trying to murder me in the jail. These people is out here trying to kill me and lying about her having my child, and he over here getting pictures of my baby. That's setting me up to look like I'm crazy, because Drew is not his father. He is my child. And Andrew may not even really be my real father either. So for them to be screwing me over, and they was saying they're gonna molest my son. They said they was gonna rape my son and kill him, and kill me if I told. And then they said that they went through Tracy and said that she could have my son. And then they have my family being in contact with her to set it up to look like I'm crazy while the gangs come after me and try to attack me with the baby in me. And they keep contact with her and get pictures of my son and make it look like, oh, the white woman should keep him. The white woman take much better care of him than Andrea. I mean, he's going to school. She don't got nothing. She on the street because they're not helping me. And there's some gang shit where the entire country is like, okay, we're not going to let her do anything. This is how we want her to be. We want her to be fucked up on the street, and we want that baby dead, but it's not dead. And then it's like, oh, well, we're going to let this child molester lady keep her son that done threatened to do all this with her baby. She should not have had my baby not one night. God said that they should not have even arrested me in the first place. God said they should not even have arrested me in the first place. And he said, because of my color, my brown skin and my curly hair, he said that was why they arrested me, even though they had the information about my charges. And so she's in a gang, and they got them following me everywhere, all over Texas. They follow me from Texas. They follow me to Atlanta. They all over. They already in different states. They may be even coming out from other parts of the, different countries. But at the end of the day, it's like they think they're gonna strong arm my baby, and I have not seen my son. So with people still chasing me around like this, and they still hurting me, and they did threaten to do this to my child, it's like, you need to give me my baby. So she like, no, I'm just gonna have them kill you instead of just giving you your child. You know what I'm saying? And that is wicked. And then Andrew got pictures of my son on his page and not taking my side. And these people done threatened to rape my baby and molest my baby and kill my baby. And he know the evidence. And he over there being cool with her. And my whole family trying to throw me under the bus for this lady. And that's what God was showing me when I was in the jail. He was like, oh, they were trying to have you killed. Showing me my whole family trying to have me killed because Austin had a bullet in his leg. And now I understand why God said let that bullet in his leg be a reminder to him about abusing women. That came from the Most High mouth. I never even heard him talk too much to me. And I didn't know that the bullet was still there because I shot him in self-defense. I didn't know what happened. They took me into jail. I did not know what happened. And God said that the bullet was still in his leg. And they threatened to rape my child around that time. We started doing all of that. And this man got all these charges and done keep getting arrested from Cynthia's house. And Cynthia done had my baby over there. I'm going to be strong. Cynthia done had my baby over there with her, and he keep on getting arrested. He keep on being violent. They done threatened to rape my child, molest my child, and they should not even have my child in that house with that nasty man after he got shot. Why would you give him the child? Y'all, I had to step out for a second. I'm gonna watch my stuff, but why would you give him the child after he got shot? And they was wickedly doing witchcraft, saying we're gonna rape him, we're gonna molest him, and my family was involved. We're gonna murder you and that baby that I'm pregnant with, and I'm out. And so I'm out, and I'm not dead, and they tried to murder me. So I'm out, and they done had my child, and I have not seen my child since this shooting. And these are the people that said they were going to rape him and molest him. And I'm sitting over here stuck in Atlanta where everybody's selling me out. And then it's obvious that they trying to set me up to be killed and do stuff to me and not give me my baby. And they got these black people doing it for them. And they was the ones who said, oh, we going to rape your child and do this stuff. And it's like, okay, then you got people want to say she crazy. But it's like, that was a retaliation. They gave my son to him as retaliation. He said he was going to make him do stuff to him. And I didn't never trust this man. Hold on, I got to walk out again. I never trusted this man with my child. To let y'all know how ridiculous this is. Austin was on meth. And Austin was a very nasty person and went to jail when Melby was 5 weeks old. He went to prison. He already had drug and theft charge. And Cynthia and Joseph was nasty, mean people. And I didn't know them like that. And he went to prison, and I raised Melbourne until he was 20 months old, y'all. And then Austin got out of prison and came in there attacking us. And then when Melby was 22 months old, I shot him. And then they gave Austin the baby. Austin had a rape charge. Austin had assault charges. They gave him this baby. He was racist. They said they was going to rape him and molest him. And Cynthia said it too. And Joseph did too, because Austin got shot. They gave these people my child under retaliation. That's why I'm reaching out of the country, because these are the black people that said they was going to sell me out. The ones over here in America. They said, we going to sell you out to let her keep your baby and do this. And the men said they was going to do it too. And then they setting me up all over the country. And I need my baby, bro. Like, period. And they got all these people acting like they homeless, following me all up in here, following me everywhere that I'm going, because Cynthia, God said, tell that Cynthia is trying to murder you. And they walking all up on me. Why you walking up on me? Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what's going on. But my thing is this. I just want the truth to be known, and I want it to stay out there. You know what I'm saying? Whatever is going on, I want it to be known. And God said something about the economy end, that they had me at the economy end. They was trying to starve me in a room for like a week. And, you know, that's ridiculous for somebody to do that. But that's what it was. And God wanted me to say something about it, and about some black women being involved to try to run off on me or something when I needed food or something like that. And they should not have given this man my child, and all that trust in God. I do trust in the Lord, but not in the way that they setting me up out here in Atlanta, because I've been out here for 7 months pregnant, trying to get help, and then I'm trapped in the city with people wanting to try to act like they're helping me with $2, $3 this, $2, $3 that. The evidence is already out against Cynthia and against Austin, and I need to get out of Atlanta so I can get there to my baby. All these nasty ass people is around me, and they're setting me up, and that is nasty and ridiculous, because this is my child, and you giving my child away as retaliation, and then y'all trying to paint him out to be like he's this great person, and he just got in trouble, or he keep getting in trouble and arrested for stuff, and they done threatened my baby like that. And then that's why they was trying to set me up from the moment that I got out of the jail. Everybody was, and they keep doing it, and they still won't give me my baby. And I've been fighting them pretty much in the spirit out here. And I do understand what God said, but they talking about they was racist, that this is white people's country, and then they won't give me my son, and they said they was molesting them, and I want my son, because anybody who say that, and this is how I know I'm being set up, because they don't want to let me get stable anywhere where I go. They want me to be to where it's like I don't have a place for me and my son, and that's how you know I'm being set up. And they've been doing it ever since I got out the jail, and they said they didn't have to give me my baby, and they threatened to molest them and rape them and kill them and kill me if I told. And I want my baby. I want my child. So that's how I know, okay, they trying to set me up to be murdered, because they have not given me no medical care. First of all, for the baby that I'm carrying, they ain't giving me no medical care, and they terrorizing us, and I'm pregnant, and they feel like, oh well, because he got a bullet in his leg. But God was like, nah, it's because they worshiping these white people. And when I looked into it and dug a little deeper, they was. So at the end of the day, that I can only leave that to God, but I got to put the truth out there that they not giving me medical care for my pregnancy, and they steady trying to kill it or do stuff to us while I'm pregnant. And these are the people that held me in the cell trying to murder me and told me they were going to be doing all this to my child, and they will not give him back, and people are trying to set me up for them, even the police, because she's in some racist plan, and that's pretty much what it is. And so they got everybody trying to terrorize me about my baby, and I don't know if my baby is alive. God said that he better be alive, Cynthia, because when they put me out the shelter, I had no idea that she was going to set me up for them to do all this to me and the baby. You know, I didn't think that women that worked at the shelter was like that. You know, if I knew that they was going to do that to us and set us up like this, then honestly, I really would have just stayed in Texas, because that's where it happened. and my baby is out there. So I was like, whatever it was, I gotta get out there to my child if I'm in Texas and see. And that's why I was putting out the information so I can go to Cynthia's house and get my baby. Like, no, these people done did this to us, and I am pregnant, and they need to give me my child, because they was leaving me out of all the shelters in Texas. They would not allow me into any of the shelters, and I have videos of that and the time frame, and I was pregnant, and I was putting out the information. So they just continue to abuse us. They just continue to do that. And I came out here to Atlanta because my aunt kind of lured me out of Texas. Like, it was bad out there in Texas, yeah. But my son is out there. So to have people trying to set me up out here, like to get stuck out here when this woman threatened to molest my child, how you gonna have my family trying to pretend like she could keep my son? You know what I'm saying? Like, and trying to put me out and be slick about it. You know what I'm saying? Or set me up with some shit I didn't know they were gonna do. So this is very upsetting for me. Because when somebody have your child and you got a group of enemies that have your baby and they done told you they gonna make your baby get on oral sex, and then they chasing me all around the country trying to intimidate me, and they like, you need to give me my baby. My baby is not no damn slave or no war captive. And for my family to do me like that, it's like, okay, nah, that's wrong. That's foul. That's foul. That's real foul. Like, this woman needs to give me my child. I don't care how scared nobody was about the situation, you know what I'm saying? And for Jehovah to have my back, it's like, nah, I'm not gonna be scared of this country. I'm not gonna be scared of none of y'all. Y'all need to give me my baby. And so have her out the shelter. See, if you see, because the shelter is a place where that's where God was saying, oh, excuse me, I'm sorry. That's what God was saying, that I'm going to get the evidence out and I'm going back out to Texas. And now I see why he said so much about the evidence, because of all they did to me out here to try to keep me from telling it. I need to see, oh, it's $2. I need some sort of detergent. What's the cheapest one you have? That'll work fine for me. Thank you. Thank you. Alright, but so that, now I understand why God just got straight to the point with me. And he was like, I'm putting out that evidence. And like, it's been such a struggle to put it out there. And then he said, I'm going out because people terrorized us while I was putting out this evidence. And they still trying to do it for her. And then he said, I'm going back out to Texas. Because see, when you think about it from her sense of, oh, I'm just going to have everybody come and terrorize you, kill you, la 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 la, because you shot my son, and then your whole family involved on the hit, you know, and all that, la la la. Yeah, that's some pretty scary stuff, right? But then God said, I'm going back out there to Texas. And see, that's the hard part, because right now I'm in Atlanta with them trying to set me up to be killed about this. About her having my son and threatening to molest my son and do all of this to my son with games. So they got people trying to set me up to be killed in America, period. And I'm pregnant. But they don't care because they say I shot Austin. So that's how they feel about it. And especially he's white. And so they like, oh, forget her baby that she's pregnant with. We all gonna act like we don't know, or we gonna acknowledge it but still try to screw them over, you know. And then God said, I'm going back out to Texas. So I know that's gonna be hard because the lady put me out the shelter. And that I got here on a one-way ticket, $100, pregnant, no job, and I had identification. But somehow, every time I get into a shelter, my ID go missing. Now my social done went missing and my birth certificate. So the lady put me out of the shelter, and before she did, God just really made his point. He was like, Andrea, you going back out to Texas. And see, I don't know how I'm going to get back out there because I'm pregnant, and I cannot be just having sex, with people to try to get a ticket back to Texas. And it's hard for me to reach out to my grandmother that helped me get out here on a one-way ticket because I know about her involvement with this. And it's because God is God, you know what I'm saying? And God is not going to mislead you. And my grandmother was always a character that never really had my back. And so while I was in there, I can't say, like, this is what I can tell you. Her spirit was right there when everybody was saying they were going to do all of this to me, when they wanted to murder me in the jail. And the way the Holy Spirit showed her was as kind of wicked, because they finna murder your grandbaby for protecting herself, and it was like she was just right there. And there was some of my family that was a little more wicked and had a little more hand involved with trying to get it done. Now, I didn't really understand that, so now that God is just like, I'm going to make it back out to Texas, I'm like, how the hell I'm going to do that? Look at how they trying to set me up out here. And see, I didn't know that they were going to do all this to me when that lady put me out the shelter for no reason. And God had already warned me that it was going to be about the evidence, that they were going to put you out the shelter, about the evidence to your pregnancy and your son, this white woman having your son and threatening to rape and molest him because you shot her son with gangs of all ethnicities. And I knew in your pregnancy that you pregnant by him, and they was in there torturing you and the baby, and you still pregnant. And that they trying to set you up the way they trying to set you up. But see, just mainly about my evidence. That's part of what they doing to try to cover it up. But God was letting me know it's about your evidence. And then that I guess they will try to have me stuck in Atlanta. And that's a real good plot. When I came down here with no money, and then I get in somewhere where I'm supposed to be. I do what I'm supposed to do. I get myself put into a shelter, which is what I needed to do. And within a week, not even a week, she was staging to have me put out of the shelter, pregnant with a baby that they wanted to kill, and with me that they wanted to kill. And she just put me out like, whatever. Like, I ain't finna let you stay here. But she tried to fight me and get me arrested. So the way she did it was very wicked, because she tried to, like, actually start an altercation to where she could call the authorities and then try to have me arrested. But I was just in the shelter and trying to have somewhere just to put out the evidence. Okay, so now I understand why God was saying the evidence. Because they didn't want me to have nowhere to be able to put out the evidence. And so as y'all can see, I was terrorized on all of my videos, a lot of my videos. And even when I was looking nice and trying to say what this was going on, they had people terrorizing me from different locations because I'm telling the truth. And so they acting like they so scared of the white people killing them or hurting them because I shot Austin, that they just gonna let them keep my baby and then help set me up on the streets, and then let the white people retaliate and molest him and then set me up to be killed pregnant. And so then he said, I'm going back out to Texas. I'm like, how? They done terrorized me pregnant with this baby, lying about the evidence. I got here January 2021. January. So February, March, April, May, June, July, August. So 7 months and knowing that I'm pregnant and just been trying to like kill it and do stuff to me. So, and mainly just keeping me from having anywhere to really lie down and just rest. Like, that's evil, you know what I'm saying? But it's because, oh, there was a bullet in his leg. But I'm like, okay, but these people threatening to molest my child. They're like, yeah, but we know, but we just want you dead, and we don't care about your baby, and we just gonna be evil like that, you know? Because this white people country, that's what they said. Like, oh, we don't care about your baby, and you know, I'm like, okay, well, if you don't care about my baby and me, then don't lie about it. You could just tell the truth and let me reach out to other countries and tell them what y'all did and see if I can find someone that'll be willing to help us. You know, because the baby is still alive. But I understand that people don't want that evidence getting out. They don't want nobody to help us because then there can be retribution about it to where maybe somebody had the evidence and be like, that was dead wrong. So I guess people just like, well, we just rather her just be dead altogether with the baby instead of helping her because he got shot. And so that's basically what's going on. But the part about my son, I'm like, yeah, and these people done had my son. I'm like, so if you wicked enough to leave me with a baby in me, if all these people is wicked enough to leave me with a baby in me and keep trying to terrorize me despite me telling everybody the evidence and what's going on, then that just let me know, like, they done had my son and they wicked. So that's not right. And then so they're trying to murder me before I can even get back to my son. So that's why when God said, and I'm going back out to Texas, I understand where that power and authority come from because I'm going to have to find a way to get out of Atlanta, Georgia and make it back out there to Texas to get my baby. And then when I get out there, I'm just going to have to be willing to die about it. Just like God said, I'll die about it. My bloodline, I'll die about it and heed my bloodline. And that's why I shot Austin. And that's why they said they were going to kill me because of Austin bloodline, because he white. And they said that's why they were going to take my baby and molest my baby and kill my baby and me was because Austin was white. And because my bloodline, they said it wasn't good enough, that Austin and them bloodline was the best and that they needed to kill me because of Austin bloodline. And then they said they needed to kill me and my babies because of Austin bloodline and torture us and rape us and everything. And then Jesus Christ said, but my bloodline, I'll die about it and I'm American. So that's what it is. I'm going to get back out to Texas and I'll die about it. But see, now I understand. But I ain't going to be pushy about it. So she's going to get my money for this, you know. So this is what she said she was going to do to my son. And then so they like, okay, you're going to have to come get him back, you know, like and get killed for coming to get your son back, you know, from us. And we're going to do whatever we want and then just say whatever we want. And I'm like, nah, these people should not have my job. And now I understand why God said it with that power, that I'm going back out to Texas because people done threatening to molest your baby and have your family knowing about it. And then going to sit over there and try to set you up in the street. He's like, nah, I'm going to make it back to Texas and I don't see how. Excuse me. Oh, hold on, let me move this out the way. Yeah, so it's like, I don't see how. Oh, my Jesus. I don't see how I'm going to make it back because of the way they setting me and the baby up outside. It's just like, how I'm going to get the money. Like, only money I done had is a little bit of money because I ain't have no job. And so that's setting me up, like, to be taken advantage of. But I had little stuff where I was making money, and every time I'm making money doing something, people just mess it up. Even when I had jobs, and I understand now they don't want me to get my baby, and they just want to harm me. So I'm going back out to Texas, and then God said he better be alive. And they think I'm playing because they still trying to terrorize me and the baby that I'm carrying. And now I understand why God said you better be alive, because these people are so wicked that they still terrorizing me with a baby in me. And then they said they were going to do all this to my son. And so I'm like, nah, you know, I got to draw the line at some point. I got to really draw the line because they done had me in Atlanta too long playing games with me. And I've been asking for a ticket to get out of here for a while now. But I don't have, I got to find a way to get up out of Atlanta. And it ain't got nothing to do with them being some hard-ass city or nothing, because Atlanta is whack as hell. I knew that I didn't even want to come here. The only reason why I came to this city was so I could get into a shelter for my baby. And so I ain't worried about them. You know, and I'm pregnant, and that's bullshit what they tried to do, but it don't change who Jesus Christ is. Just because they want to be a wicked city, it does not change who Jesus Christ is. You know, and I gotta remember that because of who he is. And that's sad that I already knew when they left me in the jail like that. I knew what it was, but nah, ain't no satisfaction with her being tortured with a baby in her, and ain't nobody gonna say nothing, and then gonna keep her baby and threaten to molest her baby, and then think, oh, that's the American way. Nah, I ain't know that's the American way, nothing. I'll let them enjoy their little time being evil about me having a baby in me for 36 months and trying to sit and act like nobody know and still trying to harm us. And I'll let them be evil about taking my son and threatening to rape and molest my son. But I'm going to keep on telling them I want them to give me my child. And they got people calling my phone, but now everybody know where I'm at. You know where I'm at. You know what's going on in my life. You know what they've been doing and how I got this way. So, at the end of the day, this is what I need. I need somebody to go and get my son from Joseph O'Hara. And see, God said he better be alive, but he said, I got to go out there to Texas. I don't know how I'm going to get to Texas.